Hi, I'm Donna. I'm the Business Development and Operations Associate at Perillo Tours, and I also happen to be a registered dietitian. So today we're going to be making one of my favorite dishes. It's from southern Italy in a region called Puglia, and it is orecchiette with broccoli rabe and sausage. You guys will be so impressed on how easy it is to make, and we can probably whip it up in less than 30 minutes. So let's get started. This is a super simple recipe. I'll run you through our ingredients. So first we have some Parmesan cheese. You can use whatever brand you like. Just make sure that it's not too salty. We have chicken bouillon cubes. Again, you don't have to use this particular kind, but I like this because it's so easy to throw in. We have some garlic. We have some spicy Italian sausage. You can also use it from the links and just take it out, but this is a little bit easier. We have cannellini beans, and we have some homemade red pepper flakes. However, store-bought is fine. We have our orecchiette pasta, some olive oil, and then in here, I have some broccoli rabe that I pre-chopped up and froze that we're just gonna throw into our dish today. So first thing we're gonna do is chop up our garlic. This is probably the most time-consuming part of this whole recipe. Nice. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get 2 pretty big garlic cloves. Or actually, this might be one really big one. So we're gonna chop it up, a little mince. Because I'm a dietitian, I like to add nutritional density to my meals. This meal is not traditionally made with cannellini beans. However, beans are a great source of fiber, and I think that it fits into this meal very nicely. And the juice from the beans actually helps to make the sauce really tasty and nice and thick. So let's get our water ready for our pasta. This is the only thing that we're really going to be adding salt to. So we're gonna grab our salt and salt our pasta water. We're gonna let that boil while we're cooking everything else. We actually have liquid gold olive oil from Spain, and we're using that for our meal, so it's gonna taste extra good. A nice little drizzle in our pan. You don't need too much because we're using the sausage. Our olive oil is getting hot. We're gonna bring our garlic over. So it's super important that the garlic doesn't burn. So if you're noticing that your pan's getting too hot, you could just lower the heat a little bit. But we're gonna wait until the garlic is just a tiny bit browned, and we're gonna throw in our sausage. Okay, so it's time for our sausage. The garlic only has to cook for about 30 seconds to a minute. And we're gonna dump all of our sausage right into the same pan. Food safety first. Wash our hands when we're dealing with raw meat. While this is in here, we're gonna break it up into small pieces. So you don't have to constantly be touching it. You can let the bottom get nice and crispy, and then when it's about halfway cooked, you can start mixing it up again. We can let this cook for like another minute or so. The sausage doesn't have to be 100% cooked all the way through, but then we're gonna add in our broccoli rabe, and then we're gonna add in our beans. So now our sausage is almost cooked through, so it's time to put in the broccoli rabe. Oh, and throw half of it on the floor. And because mine's frozen, which you can use frozen, you can use fresh, does not really matter. We're just gonna mix it all up so that it starts to cook with the sausage. Now it's time to add our beans. This has been cooking for about 2 to 3 minutes. The broccoli rabe's getting soft, and we're going to be throwing these in. I know I mentioned they're not typically part of this dish, but it's something that pairs really well with this meal, and we're gonna help get our bodies a little bit of extra fiber. So a little fiber tidbit is that over 90% of Americans are not getting their daily dose of fiber, and less than half of Americans are getting even half of our needs met. So this is a great way to add nutritional density, and it tastes super good too. We're not gonna drain the liquid, we're gonna add everything in there. Notice how I'm not adding any salt into this meal other than to boil our pasta. You really do not need any. So we're gonna throw these in. Beans are in here with the juice. We're just gonna mix it all up. I can see our sausage is already almost cooked through. I wish that you guys can smell this. It smells so good. This is almost finished. The last thing, just to add a little bit more depth of flavor, is to add about half of a chicken bouillon cube. So I have it half already ready for us here. And we're just gonna throw it in. That's about half. Dissolves into the sauce, and you can even smash it a little bit. So now we're gonna let this sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. Our water is boiling, so while our pasta is cooking, we're actually going to let this simmer, and then we can assemble everything and put it together. So we'll get our pasta ready. You can use about 3/4 to a full pound. I'll use 3/4 today because I like to have more topping to pasta ratio personally, but you can do whatever you want. So our pasta's done. It's been about 10 minutes and I just tasted one and it's perfectly al dente. We're gonna grab a little bit of pasta water and we're just gonna set it to the side in case we need it. And we're going to drain our pasta. Put this back into our pot. So after about 10 minutes of simmering and while our pasta is cooking, it should look like this. We have our mixture, we have our pasta. We're just gonna start spooning in our pasta, put everything in. Perfect. So we're gonna throw in a little cheese. We're gonna throw a little tiny bit of pasta water in here, just a little bit to loosen up the sauce. And we're gonna mix it up again. Perfect. We're gonna finish off with a little bit of olive oil right on the top. And I like my stuff extra spicy, so we're gonna throw some pepper flakes on top and just a tiny little bit more cheese. And for the last touch, we're gonna have a little Pinot Noir with our pasta. This one is from Catalonia. And now let's try it out. Let's see how we did. Perfect. So I'm gonna finish this meal. Keep me posted in the comments if you guys have tried this or if you would like me to try another recipe.